Social media makes it look like everybody wakes up in the morning and you just perfect day, read a book. I struggle in the morning. No, it's not that easy. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Denise and welcome to my channel. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button below. You can get more of my videos. Go to my channel. I have a playlist that I'm building on just mindfulness and motivation content that will help inspire the regular person like me. This video, I am going to talk about how to build a morning routine that correlates with your life. So it's going to be very realistic. This is pretty much kind of like how I have built my own morning routine. I know that we're not all content creators who works from home or makes content all day at home. I wish we all were. And I am not a full-time content creator. I just like making YouTube videos. I actually have to get up every morning, sit in traffic and drive to work. So this video is pretty much a realistic how to build a morning routine. It's sometimes hard to build a morning routine when you have to like rush in the morning. I literally, just being completely transparent with you guys, that most mornings when I have to go to work, I do rush in the morning. It's pretty bad, but I'm trying to build that morning routine. So I wanted to come and talk to you guys about what my plans are and what I've been incorporating in my own life. You guys want to take any of that and try to add it into your own routines. It's a simplified morning routine, very quick, very short. Let's get right into it. The first thing that I want to say is your morning routine most of the time starts the night before, meaning the night before, if you don't put yourself to bed before like 11 p.m., before midnight, you're probably not gonna wake up on time, or you're probably gonna wake up on time, but you're gonna be really tired and exhausted from just going to sleep late. So what I've been doing is try to go to bed before 11 for the most part. It's never 100% perfect the whole week, but I try my hardest. Go to bed before 11 o'clock, just kind of set the mood, eat my dinner. And this video is going to be related to mostly like when I'm working, because that's the most realistic it can get, because I want to show you guys and tell you guys how you can try to incorporate little things here and there in the morning when you actually have to go to work, because it's easier to do when you're off work because you're not rushing to go anywhere. So this video is going to focus more on people who go to work. So for me, for the most part, I get up depending on what time. My hours of work is most of the time never the same, because I do have like 2 jobs that I go to and they both start at different times. And for the most part, one of them I have to be at work by 6:30. And the other one, it just depends. Sometimes I have to be at work by 5:30 a.m. So pretty much what I do on those days that I have to go to work, like I said, try to put myself to bed by 11 p.m. And then once I'm in bed, I try not to use my phone as much. And I always will have my phone at bedside because I use it as an alarm. I know you can buy like a regular standard clock or whatever. I use my alarm as my phone is an alarm. So set your alarm 15 minutes before the time you actually have to wake up. So for me, sometimes realistically, I do set it at 5:30 a.m. But that's because I really don't have much to do in the morning, because I already prepped myself the night before work, just so I don't have to do anything in the morning. But for some people, you may want to set your alarm 15 minutes before you're supposed to actually get up, just so you're not like, the alarm goes off and you're like, ooh, up, boom, 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 rushing, raising your cortisol levels. Not good at all. My alarm, I have an iPhone, so I don't ever use the iPhone alarms that is like blaring. Let me play it for you guys. You hear how annoying this alarm is? You hear how annoying that alarm is? Imagine you're in deep sleep and that sound just like starts screaming at you. I'm a light sleeper as is, so any little noise, I'm up. So I learned my lesson with these alarms. I don't ever try to wake up to these alarms, because I'll wake up so rushed and like I get a headache because it scares the crap out of me out of sleep. And that's just not the best way to start your morning. So what I do is I set this alarm. You hear how peaceful this is? You hear how peaceful that is. So that's the alarm that I use, and it's been working great for me. I know some people need that loud alarm to wake them up. Whatever works for you, but I'm just saying, if you start your morning frantic, frazzled just by your alarm, it's just not gonna help you throughout the rest of the day. Like, I just know for myself, I can't, like, I need to wake up with like soft melody. Like, I just need that soft melody. And also when I go to sleep, sometimes I do play like soft music. It could be like a Christian gospel station. Like, more than likely it's always Hillsong United. So I play their station because it's very soft. It's not like loud music, loud rhythm, loud bass or anything like that. It's more like just mellow music. So I'll play that before I go to bed, or I'll fall asleep to that, or I'll fall asleep to like ambient noise, like sleep sounds. And usually you can find these on YouTube. The one that I use, 10 hours of deep relaxing music for sleep, meditation, relaxation, all of those things. So it goes on for 10 hours and there's no ads, and you can just like let that play in the background. If you have a hard time falling asleep, you'll fall asleep in no time. Like, most of the time, I don't know if it's just because I'm so tired when I go to sleep, but most of the time I don't even know when I fell asleep. I just fall asleep. Tip number 2 is, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I have this jug of water. It's not the prettiest, it's not the most aesthetic, but it carries my water. So this is a 64 ounce water bottle. I think it was under $20 at Walmart. So this is half a gallon. So if you fill this up in the morning, or the night before, because when I first wake up, I just chug. Obviously I don't chug the whole thing, but I'll chug like a few sips, equalizing to like a cup. Yeah, like a cup of water from this thing. Just hydrate yourself first thing, because when you're sleeping, you're dehydrated. Your body's using up a lot of energy when you're sleeping. It's using up all that water you drank the day before, and so you need to hydrate yourself before you start your day. It just wakes you up, it energizes you, it wakes up your cells, and it goes and hydrates all the other organs that have been depleted, your kidneys. I'll drink that, and then I'll get up and I'll refill it all the way up, and then that will be the water I try to drink for the rest of the day at work. I try to finish the whole thing at work, and then when I get home, I refill it, because I get home after 7 p.m. and I'll just refill it at least halfway and try to finish it off before I go to bed. So that's tip number 2, is hydrate yourself immediately after you wake up. So tip number 3, do some mindful breathing, mindfulness. I try to just sit in bed for a little bit, at least 5 to 10 minutes, because we don't got time to sit for 15 minutes. So that's why I say you set your alarm 15 minutes earlier than the time you're supposed to wake up. That way you have that 15 minutes, because it can take me, for me, it'll take me at least 5 to 10 minutes to get up out of bed. So in that time frame of when you set your alarm early, you can just kind of sit up in bed and try to do like some stretches. I try to just sit like crisscross applesauce, and take some deep breaths a few times, and just help open my lungs up and get some oxygen going to my brain. Then in that time where I'm doing the deep breaths, I'll pray. It's not always 100% every day. I do like want to get better at praying and want to get better just getting closer to God. So I've been trying to just like, when I wake up in the morning, when I'm doing those deep breaths, when I'm just like trying to be mindful, I'll just thank God for waking me up. Like, not everyone woke up in the morning, and it's just such a grateful thing to think about, and just like thank God for you waking up in the morning. Be mindful and try to set good intentions with yourself. I'm not a big journal person. I'm not a big like writing. I'm trying to get into it, but it's just never really been my thing. I know there's a lot of people who recommend writing and journaling, but it really just like, the older you get, the more you realize if something's just not for you, there's no reason to keep pushing because everybody else is doing it. Like, I find other things that will work for you, because then you stick to it more rather than trying to do something that does not really work and you're just trying to do it for the sake of like everybody else is doing it. I'm not a huge like wake up in the morning and write my thoughts down, but I've tried it a few times and I know that it can work for some people. It just really depends on where my mind is at, where my mental is at, and what's going on in my life at that time. But in the morning, for the most part, I don't really write anything down. I just sit, take some deep breaths, pray, and drink my water. While I'm doing these mindfulness, do some type of stretching like I mentioned earlier. Try to do like some, just in the bed. Literally, you don't even have to get out of bed yet. Just do some arm stretches, do some legs, stretch your back, stretch your neck, do some like neck rotations, some type of movements just to get the blood flowing. Tip number 6 would be, or I guess tip number 5, I'm not even sure where I'm at anymore, but it would be incorporating some type of exercise. So obviously for me personally, I'm waking up at 5:30 in the morning for work. I'm probably not going to the gym in the morning if I'm going to work for 12 hours, and I work in a hospital and I'm walking all day. There is nurses who I know that actually do that, and good for them, because it can be me if I wanted it to, but I just don't want to. More than likely, most of the time, what I do is I do these like stretches, core strengthening exercise or whatever you want to call it. In the morning when I get up, I'll stand in front of the mirror and just do some like abdominal rotations, whatever you want to call it. I saw some older guy like in his 70s, 80s, and he said that's how he was doing like every single day to maintain his core, his back, and his flexibility. And he said he did it every day and he looked amazing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to incorporate this every day. And when I was very consistent with it, I started seeing definition in my stomach and my abs started popping, including going to the gym, of course. But when I don't have time to go to the gym, like in the morning when I'm going to work, I'll do that in the mirror. I'll do about 100, because you can do them pretty fast. It doesn't take that long. So 100 is very much doable in the morning. Sometimes if I'm really feeling energized and ready for the day and all that good stuff, I'll do a few push-ups, like 10 push-ups, different variations, and then I'll do a few crunches. But that's not an everyday thing. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not an everyday, every work day type of thing. It's really not. But the standing in the mirror, doing those rotations, that for the most part, I did try to incorporate that every single day that I have to go to work, if I remember. Tip number 6. I know breakfast is the most important part of your meal, all that good stuff. For me, I don't have time. I don't have time to make a meal in the morning before I go to work. Plus, I am not the type to like eat a meal in the morning at 5 a.m. It's just not for me. Even 6 o'clock is too early. I just don't eat breakfast in the morning. So you can definitely eat breakfast if you have time to make breakfast in the morning. For the most part, what I do try to do is I'll make like some birds outside, man. I will make some like a smoothie in the morning, very quick. I have this small blender that I bought at Walmart for $14. Don't need the expensive $99, $100. Then literally Walmart has the cheapest personal blender. I forgot the brand name, but it was $14.99. I have it. You can literally stuff like banana, mangoes, blueberries, protein powder, oatmeal, milk, anything you want inside to make your blender. And simple, I'll make that in the morning if I really am feeling like I want to get some type of protein in. And then the smoothie cup that I have, it can transform into, like the blender can transform into a cup, like a regular smoothie cup. Just take off the blending part and add a lid. If I don't have time, I grab a banana and a yogurt. Just kind of help my body have a little bit of a boost of energy before I start the morning rush. Tip number 7, on my drive to work, if you didn't get a chance to pray, if you didn't get a chance to just talk to God or just be mindful, for me, for the most part, I listen to podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts lately. I've just been like binging every mindfulness, mental mindset, personal health, personal development, health and wellness, all of that type of podcast I have on my playlist, like on rotation. That's what I pretty much do. As I'm getting in the car driving, I will put in. I have the one I've been listening to lately is called, it's by the Mindset Mentor on Apple Podcast, and I listen to him literally on rotation, and it's very snippet, little short podcast, so it's not overwhelming and it's not too long. It's literally just perfect for my drive to work. I'll start it when I get in the car, and then it finishes by the time I get to work. So it kind of helps kind of just set an intention for your day. If you listen to things that will kind of help elevate your mind, elevate your mood, it kind of change the way you think and just help you out in a positive aspect. Sometimes I just play some gospel music or regular. I listen to a lot of Afrobeats. Sometimes, I don't know why, some mornings I'm in the mood for like some hardcore good Afrobeat music. Podcast, like I said, is very important. You can incorporate that on your way driving. If you're not able to do that while you're driving, let's say your commute is like less than 15 minutes and you're not able to like listen to a podcast, or the other thing you can do is while you're getting ready to go to work, you can play that, like listen to it while you're getting ready, while you're making your cup of tea. Pretty much this is all the tip I have for you guys. It's just very important, I think, to have consistency over these routines, and don't try to be a perfectionist when you first start them. Just because you want to be consistent and you want to do them, and you don't want to like overwhelm yourself to where you just stop doing them overall. Preparation the night before is very important. You can, like, for me, I wear scrubs to work, so I don't really need to prepare anything to wear. I just lay my scrubs out. You can do the same, lay your clothes out at night. It just limits for you to do that in the morning. Make your meal prep and prep your food the night before. I always carry lunch to work. I never really buy food at work unless it was really, really urgent or something that I didn't bring food. But for the most part, I always meal prep. I pack everything that I need in my little lunch bag and I put it in the fridge. In the morning, it's just grab and go, like literally grab and go. The only thing I probably do is refill my water jug and grab a banana, but for the most part, sometimes I even put my banana in the lunch bag and just grab and go. So just everything to help simplify the morning rush, so you're not stressing yourself out in the morning when you're already kind of like stressed out to begin with, just because you have to get up, and drive in traffic, especially in the morning when everybody is also trying to get to work. If all these tips feel too hard to implement, just try and pick something small. Like it could be just a cup of water first thing in the morning every day. That's very simple. I think we can all grab a cup of water and drink. Just doing that alone will just kind of help start off like a different mindset for you. Eventually you'll build that into a habit and you'll continue doing it every day. And then, as I was saying, consistency over perfection. Aim for progress. Aim to have a consistent progress over having like a perfect routine, if that makes sense. Eventually you're going to be looking at yourself and be like, man, it's going to be like a thing where it's just like boom, boom, boom every morning. Drink my water, pray or stretch, sit in bed for like 5 to 10 minutes, meditate, be mindful, do my little stretches, listen to my happy podcast, happy music, anything that will elevate my mind and just make me feel like a better human being, a positive human being, because that's all we're aiming to be. And just adjust as we go. At the end of the day, your body is your body and you're the only one who knows your body. Listen to your body and tweak these little tips as you go. If something feels off, you know your body best. Just tweak it and try to adjust it, make it into something different that will work for you. And at the end of the day, we're all just trying to be better human beings, have better mindset, and just try to elevate. And I will try my best to, like I said, keep making these into a playlist, just something to even help myself, because the more I do these, the more I'm going to be consistent with my own routine, so that I can come and show out, and then hopefully you guys will do the same, and we all just try to elevate each other. So leave down below like your tips in the morning, like a routine that's been working for you, and like just things that has helped you elevate your mindset. Social media makes it look like everybody wakes up in the morning and you just perfect day, read a book. I know that social media makes it look very simple, but me, a real person who has a job, which is not an easy job, and I struggle in the morning. I'm not trying to come out here and be fake and just be like, oh yeah, do this, do that, do that. No, it's not that easy. It's not that simple. It's actually a struggle. I am not a morning person. I never really was a morning person. I'm trying to be more of a morning person now because just my job requires me to get up early in the morning and I have no choice. Like, I have to get up early in the morning. So I'm gonna make myself be a morning person. And the more you start actually waking up early in the morning, even on your off days, you just realize how beautiful it is to watch the sunrise and just like have such a longer day because you woke up very early. And like, it's just, especially if you have to grocery shop, you have to cook, you have to do all these things. I find that just waking up early in the morning, it just feels great because then I'm done doing everything by like 3 p.m. in the day. And I'm just like, what am I supposed to do with myself now? Relax. That's what you're supposed to do with yourself. Relax. I hope this video was very realistic and very straightforward, very simple. And I tried to not make it like too much, do this, do that, because I know just firsthand it's really not that easy to do this, do that in the morning when you're rushing and you only have, let's say, like an hour to get ready to go to work. Because I don't like waking up longer than I need to. I already have to get up early enough as it is. I'm not a 4 a.m. girly, not a 5 a.m. girly, not even a 6 a.m. girly, but I gotta do what I gotta do sometimes. And if I have to work, I have to work as everybody else. If you gotta work, you gotta work. So even if you work from home, you still have to have some type of morning routine because you have a time that you have to log in and, like, you know, get into work. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Until next time, keep learning, keep caring, and stay blessed. Bye, guys. Mwah.